Hey gang, it's Maria here from GoalieTrainingPro.com, and I'm back from holiday. And first off, I'll apologize. Really sorry that I chirped you guys in my post that just went up the end of the week, and I did it from the beach, and then I was like, you guys have fun at work, and I'm gonna just hang out. And I've already been bit by karma, because like a couple of days after that I got this bad cold and I have sore throat. So I'm sorry. You can make my sore throat go away. But we're back from holiday. We had a great time. We went to Harry Potter Land. This is my Harry Potter wand. I'm practicing my spells. I don't know when to clear up my sore throat, but I'm pretty sure I can make Paul hover a little bit off the sofa with the old Wingardium Leviosa. So I'll keep working on my spells, and if I find one to make you guys instantly stronger and wider butterfly flare, I will pass that along. But today, no spells. We're going to do a continuation. We've been doing some little tests, and today we're going to talk about balance. So these tests are quite simple. You're not going to really, work up a sweat, but it's important that you're balanced. If you can't instantaneously find your point of balance and correct for imbalances, then it's really hard to exert your force and be powerful in your movements. So, basically if I was going to jump, let me just back up a bit, but if I was going to jump, and I was off balance and I'm trying to jump this way, you guys know I'm not going to get as much of a push, as much of an efficient movement as if I was in perfect balance and all aligned. So in this series we've looked at flexibility, we've done some strength and power tests, and these are some balance tests that I'd like you to do. Maybe do not stand in front of the china cabinet when you do these tests, because you may just end up smashing right through it. But here we go, check these out. Okay, so the first test is just single leg balance. Do this in your bare feet. I'm wearing my Vibram 5 fingers, that's fine as well. Do not do it in your soft feet because you could slip or wipe out. Do it on a flat floor, bare feet. And you're going to cross your hands at your shoulders, and you're just going to balance. You should be able to do this on each foot for a minute without having to take your hands off your shoulders, without having to touch your other foot down, and without sort of traveling around to get your balance. So if you're standing there and you're fine, and after about 40 seconds you just lose your balance and you have to do one of those, that's it, you're done. So you should work up so you can do 60 seconds on each foot. You guys will also be very surprised to find that you might be perfect on one side and then the other side is terrible. So they should be equal. And if you do terrible at it, that's just exactly how you train it. If you're watching TV at night, every commercial break on a half-hour TV show, get up and do a minute on each side balance training. You don't want to watch the commercials anyways, I know that. So just do something good for yourself. The next one, so the progression from that, if you can do that, no problem. The progression from that would be to close one eye and balance. And again, 60 seconds on each side. But then the next progression, and really where I want you to be, is closing both eyes and balancing for 60 seconds. Again, without your hands coming away, without traveling across the floor, and without your other foot touching down. Be very, very picky on that. When you close your eyes, it removes your visual input. So when I have my eyes open and I see that the room tilts, well, I know it's me that's moving, not the room, and I can use sort of the lines of the room to help realign myself. But when my eyes are closed, I'm just relying on input from my vestibular system and feedback from the pressure of my foot on the floor to tell me where my body is in space and how to correct it. So that's test number one, just plain old single leg balance. Test number two is balance from challenge positions. So this looks silly, so close the blinds when you do it, but you're just going to do airplane. And you'll hold that for 20 seconds. And then you'll do a reverse airplane. So back. And you'll hold that for 20 seconds. Then you'll get right out there. And you'll hold that for 20 seconds. And that should be no problem for you. And the final one is a bit of a dynamic balance. So I'll give you 2 progressions. One is just from a single leg, hop, and stick it. So you don't want, a travel and then stick it. Your goal is to jump and stick it right down. Now if you have to move just to get your balance, do that. Find the balance using just that leg. Don't put your other foot down. But the idea is to hop and stick, and to be able to do 5 of those in a row. And then the next one is just a lateral hop and stick. So a lateral hop and stick. And you can see I wiggled a little bit, but I stuck with it to find the balance. Okay, and as you go, you'll put more and more oomph into it. So those are a few balance tests for you. Because they look simple, don't discount them, because they're very important in terms of preventing injury, but also setting you up to be powerful in your lateral movements in net. So before my throat, I don't know what, jumps out, goes away forever and never comes back, which some of you may like, I'm going to sign off. But great to be back, and look forward to getting back on my regular schedule, sending out some information that is useful and helpful to you. Thanks. This is Maria from GoalieTrainingPro.com. Cheers.